did you get to see Onward? Oh, no. What about Trolls 2? Yeah, that was so good. Oh, hi, artists. So good to see you guys. I was just talking about some of my favorite movies. Enjoying a little bit of popcorn. Remember last week we worked on something that was a little bit relaxing, working with those mandalas? Well, this week we're gonna make some art that might stress you out. But we're gonna have a lot of fun when we do it. And if you have popcorn at home, we're going to be using popcorn for the first part of our drawing this week. So, pop a bag of popcorn, meet me right back here with a piece of paper. Let's get started. Now, how many of you out there play a sport, play a musical instrument? All of those types of activities involve hand-eye coordination. You've probably heard that before. So today we're going to be working on an exercise that practices our hand-eye coordination, and it's something that will be guaranteed to make you a better artist if you practice this kind of drawing often. Now remember, today's drawing might make you feel uncomfortable, and that's okay. I want you to be okay with the uncomfortable, so let me tell you more about what it is we're going to be doing today. We are going to be making a contour drawing. Now, a contour drawing is different from an outline because an outline is just the outer edge of a shape. Contour lines include not only the outer edges, but the lines that make up the middle or the interior parts of the shape as well. Today, we are going to be practicing something called a blind contour drawing. So that means that we are going to be drawing something without looking at our paper. We're going to look at the object the whole time and not at our paper. So that's what this says here. Look at the subject. You are drawing but not at our paper. This really helps your hand and your eye work together. That's that hand-eye coordination we talked about. The rule is you cannot lift the pencil off the paper. In fact, we're not going to be using a pencil though today. I want you to go find a marker, okay? A marker or a colored pencil or something that you can't erase because we're not going to be erasing today. We're not lifting our pencil off the paper. We're going to be working slowly, the speed of an ant crawling across a surface. So I'll show you that in just a minute. And this one here, guys, this says abstraction equals success, which means I expect that what you're drawing today will not look awesome. And that's okay. Remember, if it looks too perfect like the real object, then you probably cheated and looked at your paper. So let's talk about how we can set this up. Go find a piece of paper and a pen. Now we are going to be drawing without looking at our paper, but if you're someone who knows that you're prone to cheating and you might accidentally look, find a book and let's put our paper on top of the book. And then let's tape it down. If you have some tape, tape the paper to the book so then that way we have a firm surface. And we're actually going to put this on our lap so that we can draw without looking at our paper and not be tempted to cheat. So I'm going to tape it down. All right, so I've taped my paper down to the table where I'm sitting. Or remember, we have this taped to a book and we can have it on our lap. And that way we're not going to be tempted to look at our paper when we start to draw. So now I found my popcorn and I'm going to try to hold this up so that you can see. My goal is remember to draw all of the little contours, the lines that represent the outer edge of this popcorn and any other little inner lines that also represent the contours. So as I'm drawing, I'm going to be holding this in my hand and I'm not going to be looking at my paper. So I'm going to hold this here so that you can see both my paper and my popcorn. Remember, I am not looking at my paper. I just want to show you how this is going to look so you can see both things at once. So I'm going to imagine that I am an ant crawling across the surface of that popcorn. And remember, ants crawl pretty slowly, so I am drawing really slowly. And my goal is to try to make my hand and my eye move at the same speed. Now, boys and girls, I want you to really focus, draw slowly. Don't peek, I know you're tempted. Don't look. And just keep following the contours. I'm over here now. I'm just sort of slowly working my way around. Oh, it's kind of hard to do this while I'm showing you. Now, I'm not focusing on what I'm drawing. I know it feels weird, and I want to pick up my pencil, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep following those contours around until I feel like I've gotten back to the beginning where I first started with my eyeball. So now I'm going to get to the top, slowly following all of those edges of this shape. Okay, I think I made it back to where I began. I'm gonna look at what I did. Whoa. Okay, how do you think I did? Does that look like popcorn to you? It's okay if yours doesn't look like popcorn. Now I'm gonna eat this piece of popcorn and keep going. I filled up my whole paper with blind contour drawings of popcorn. Remember our rules for blind contour. You're looking at the subject the whole time. We're never looking at our paper. Remember, this is to help our hand and eye work together, and our goal is to not lift the pencil off the paper. I promise it looks really, really weird, but that means that we're doing it right. We're really focusing on what we see instead of what we think it should look like. This cool filter kind of actually shows my contour lines, which I think is kind of cool. So our next job is to find an object in our house that we can draw using the blind contour method. Remember, you are not going to be looking at your paper when you draw. So find an object that has contour lines. Ooh, check it out, look at that. Something from your kitchen, a stuffed animal or toy. Find something. Let's try this out with another object. I've sped up this video twice as fast. So remember, we're working really slowly, trying to draw all of the contours of what we see, the inside lines and the outside lines that make up the object. Remember, it's okay that it's going to look silly. I'm not looking at my paper. If yours looks too good, then I think you might have been looking at your paper. Remember, our goal is to work to get the entire contour lines of your object going slowly. Remember, this is 2 times speed. So you're gonna work slowly. Notice how silly my drawing looks, and that's okay. Now for some real fun. Get a new piece of paper and someone in your family that you can draw a portrait of. Remember, the whole time I'm not looking at my paper and I'm not picking up my pen from the paper. So maybe you can have a family member who will pose for you the whole time you're looking at their face, trying to draw all of the features that you see. Their eyes, their nose, their lips, their mouth, their eyebrows, their hair. You want to make sure that you're getting all of those contour lines. If you can't get a family member to pose for you, maybe you can find a picture on your iPad and see if you can create that blind contour of this person. Remember, we're drawing what we see, not how we think it should look. If it looks too good, you probably were looking at your paper. Let's see if you guys can guess who my portrait is of. So that's it this week, guys. Upload something to Seesaw that you've been working on this week. Remember, this is something that takes time, and the more practice you get, the better it's going to look. So feel free to upload your popcorn drawing, a drawing of an object you did, or a portrait. Try these out, guys. It's kind of a fun activity, gets your hand and eye going together, and also looks really, really cool.